Hey guys, it's Danny. Welcome back to my channel. For today's December daily album video, I'm doing pages 5 through 9. So if you missed my previous video where we did pages 1 through 4, I will leave a link to that down below, as well as my Vidmas series playlist, so that if you missed any videos so far, you can definitely catch up. Also, I am going to try to keep this video as real time as possible. I did that for days 1 through 4 and you guys really seem to enjoy that, so we're gonna do it again. But let's go ahead and get started. This is the card, I guess, for day 5. So I'm going to set aside my little album. For day 5, I have this card from Elle Studio, and it had like these 6 little squares of things that are your favorite or whatever. So I decided to do kind of like a family favorites type of card thing. So I have 5 things, and then I had my guys, my boyfriend and my son, write out their favorite things for each category, and I wrote mine in 2. Yeah, so I'm in the green, Spencer's in the red, and Bill is in the gray, I guess. Yeah, he's in the gray. So all I did to make these little labels was I punched them out using my Dymo like handheld label maker thing, and then I cut them down so that it would fit inside the square. And I really like how kind of clean that looks, but I also like that there's a little bit of handwriting in here. I think that's kind of fun because most of my album is going to be typed up, so it's nice to have little pops of handwriting. I've got my 5 and I've got a little paper clip, and I went back through my previous pages and noticed that I had stapled a lot of the numbers on, so I think I'm just going to continue doing that. I think that'd be kind of fun. But for this card, I could like just punch holes and fit it in here like this, but I'm not really crazy about the wood pattern here and the wood pattern here like once you open it. So I want to put like some pattern paper on the back here and maybe embellish it just a little bit, because I don't have like a ton of like extra like just pretty embellishing going on. So I'm going to cover this, and then I think what I'm going to do is make like a vellum envelope to slide this in. That way it's kind of like an interactive element, and this is covered. I don't know, I think it would be kind of fun. So let's go ahead and do that stuff. I'm going to grab my little scrap bin. I just keep all of my paper scraps in a little bin. I mean, there's some big ones in here, there's some smaller ones. I think I even have some that I haven't added yet. So I don't know, I like doing this. That way it's all in one place. They're all organized by category or theme or whatever. See, it's kind of like more wood though, and I don't want wood on the back. Okay, so this is the main photo that's going to go on the page behind this. So I kind of want to make sure that whatever pattern I choose here won't clash too much with this or this one, because this is the other photo. All right, so I could do like a gold glitter. So this photo I'm actually going to cut down and then cut down this overlay on top of it, and this will go here, and then I'll have my card like right here. So maybe the gold glitter will tie in really nicely. I think I like the gold glitter option the best. I feel like it kind of goes the best. So why don't we do that? Plus, I don't know, I'm never one to really turn down glitter. So why don't we do that, and then maybe we can put like one embellishment kind of right in the middle to make a statement. So some adhesive going on here. That'll do. I'm gonna go ahead and staple it. That way the staple doesn't come through the gold glitter side. I think it adds just a little bit of detail. And like I said, I think I even went back and added some more. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and adhere this down and then just cut around it. Just using the Tombow Extreme Adhesive. This is my favorite adhesive. I know this is a straight edge. I don't think this is quite straight, so I'm just gonna line up this one side because I know it's straight, and then I'll just cut off the rest so that it's as straight as possible. Okay. Alright, so that's what that looks like. I'm gonna keep my scrap, because I always do that. And then at the end of the season, it's really cool because the scrap bin fits in like my holiday crafting bin that I have. So I'm gonna just throw all the scrap paper that goes with the holiday in with the bin, and it's amazing. Okay, so this is my card so far. I think it's really cute. let's go ahead and make the envelope, and then I will decide if I want to have an embellishment on the actual card or on like the outside of the envelope. I'm gonna go ahead and stick this little paper clip on there though so I don't lose it. So I'm gonna use my envelope punch board to make a custom envelope for this. Now this card is a 4x6, but I'm going to make an envelope for a card that is size 4.5 by 6. That way there's room for the hole punches to go. So this, yeah, you'll see what I mean when I'm done, but that's what I'm gonna do. And I think I wanna use maybe this paper, this vellum. I don't know, with the stars and things. I think it'd be cute. I mean, the gold doesn't quite go. Let me see what other vellums I have, because I was thinking of that one, but now that I've added like the gold here and this gold, that like coppery color doesn't quite go as well. So I also have this polka dot vellum, which might be kind of nice because these have like little dots on them. So that might kind of tie in nicely. So why don't we make the envelope out of this polka dot vellum instead, and then it'll go a little bit better with our card that we made. I need a piece of paper that is 8.5 by 8.5. All right, so got the vellum out. You guys should have seen me when I was buying like vellum and specialty papers for this whole series and stuff, all my videos this month. I had so many pieces of vellum and pretty acetate in my card, it was ridiculous. Okay, 4.5 by 6, 8.5 by 8.5. I always say, measure twice, cut once, right? I don't know, my mom taught me that. I think it's like for sewing or something, I don't know. Okay, so I did do that, right? That would be so funny if I messed it up after I said that. Okay, so 8.5 by 8.5. So I'm gonna walk you guys through this envelope process in case you don't know how to do the envelope punch board. I will share with you my little tips. Okay, so 4.5 by 6, 8.5 by 8.5, got it. So we need to score at 3 3/4, which is right here. Okay, so what you do is you line up the edge of your paper with the score line measurement that it tells you. So 3 3/4, right? Yep, 3 3/4. So you line it up. I always do a punch and then I score and then I ignore everything else. Like I don't pay attention to any of the measurements, anything. The only thing I pay attention to is this little dude, this like little lip thing or whatever, little pokey out bit. It's the only thing I pay attention to. So your first score line, you line that up with this little pokey out bit and you punch and you score, and you just continue doing that. You just keep lining it up, the little pokey out bit. I don't know what that's called, that's so silly. With your previous score line, punch and score. Line it up, punch and score, and then there's your template. I know some people do the mistake of lining it up at the score line every time. Like they'll line it up here, punch, score, and then yeah, and then line, punch, score, whatever. Don't do that. Just do it for the very first punch and score. That's it. That's all you need to do. I promise. That's it. All right, so now that the envelope is punched and I have my album out again, I'm gonna see how I want this to be. Like, do I want like the front of the envelope to be in the front, like facing you as you open the album? Or do I want it like that? And then you open it like so and pull out the card. Because I already have my 5 on here, so it's not like I need to make room for the 5 or anything. Like that. I don't know. I kind of like that the words are in the front, but I'm not sure if I like, because if you do this, you don't really have to open the envelope. That's the only thing, right? So you put the flat side on the front. You can kind of see through here without having to open it, and I don't know if I like that. I kind of like that you have to open it to see it. All right, so I think we're gonna do it this way, and then the glitter will be on the back. So we'll do that. Now, this again. Sorry I keep moving it in and out, you guys. I'm just trying to make this as like easy for you guys to see as possible. So I'm using the extreme adhesive again to glue down the vellum. You can kind of of see it a little bit, but I'm okay with that. That's fine. And then we're going to punch our holes. So I have my handy dandy little hole puncher, chipboard situation. So one more thing with this card is that I totally forgot that last night when I was planning this that I wanted to use some like plain white paper and do some stamping on here, and I totally spaced and I just went straight for the glitter, which doesn't surprise me at all. So what I'm going to do is create like a small little tag and do my stamping on that, and then maybe I will use this cute little paper clip to kind of hold it in place, and that will become our, I guess, decoration for the back of this. So we don't have to worry about decorating the back because we're gonna have a little tag card. So let me go ahead and do that. I pulled this tag from my traveler's notebook, and I'm just gonna use it kind of as a template because I really don't want to get out my big die cutting machine thing. And I don't have a cool little punch like my friend Sabrina Ann does. So I'm just gonna do this and it will be fine. And we'll all pretend that I have the cool punch. And then I'm as cool as Sabrina. Okay, so so I've got that. I'm gonna do my hole punch here at the top. There, okay, done. So I've got that. And then I will add on some like little ribbon or whatever, but I wanna do my stamping first before I add any kind of dimension. So the stamps I'm going to be using are these by Elle's Studio. So my plan was, right, because it doesn't say on here whose writing is whose, so I was thinking on a tag I could stamp like Bill, right, in the gray ink because that's the color he had in pen. So that's kind of like a key, I guess, as to whose writing is whose. So Spency was first, so I'm gonna do him first. So I'm probably gonna speed up through this part and maybe just put some music in the background just for this because I am such a slow stamper and I don't want you guys to be like totally bored. So I'm gonna speed up a little bit right now, but I promise I will be back once I get like all the stamping kind of done. Okay? All right, I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, you guys, so that is all the stamping I'm going to be doing today. I'm glad that I went ahead and did this because I think it's super cute and I love the offset like outline. So again, these are the Elle Studio Stanley alphabet stamps. They also have numbers, which I do have. I just didn't need to use them today. So I'm going to set this aside to make sure that it's super dry by the time I need it for kind of the final flip through. My hands are a disaster. So let's go ahead and put these in the album just to kind of hold the place because this is getting real long and we're just on the first page. Okay, so this can go through here, that, and then I will go ahead and put this little paper clip up here. Well, maybe I'll just put it inside. Again, that way I don't lose it. And then how am I going to close this? I don't know. Maybe I won't. Or maybe I could like tie a ribbon around it or something. That'd be really cute. I don't know. We'll figure it out later. Okay, so for this page, page 6, these next pages should go by a bit quicker just because I already did a lot of prep work for them. So for page 6, I have this 3x4 journaling card where I just printed out my journaling on a 3x4 card. I learned this from a YouTuber named Amy Gretchen, and I will leave a link to the video I watched to learn how to do this. I wound up doing mine a little bit differently, but she totally gave me the inspiration, so I'm super thankful for that. So go check out her channel. She's also doing December Daily, so if you need more December Daily people to watch, Go watch her. All right, and then I have this photo of my son and I at a holiday concert, this holiday concert that I was talking about. So I have that in there. And then originally I had a smaller photo of us here, and then this big photo of one of the performers at the concert with this really pretty overlay. But you guys, the overlay has rounded corners, and I don't want to have to go through and round the corners on my photos, because if there's one rounded and the rest in my album are not, it's gonna drive me crazy. So what I decided to do was just to cut this down to a 3x4 and put it up here, and then I can put the overlay over it, which again I will cut down. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And I'm gonna need to trim the photo behind here a little bit too, but we'll get to that when we get to it. I also need to find a spot for my number. So my number is 6. So I need to remember to do something with that. Okay, so 3x4. I'm actually gonna turn it, that way I can kind of see here, because I want him to be right in the middle. Got that. Maybe that's cool. And I need to cut down my little whatever it is piece. So where to put the thing? Kind of like it hanging down kind of low. I'm gonna have to trim this down too. Okay. So I kind of like how it like kind of swoops down, because this just looks kind of uniform and kind of breaks it up in half, which I'm not crazy about. But if I do something like this, it adds like a little bit of movement to it. I could do it like right there. Let's do it right there. So cut it right at the edge of where the curve is. Okay, so we've got that. Got our photo. Let's go ahead and put that in there. All right, so I went ahead and took off the plastic like covering or whatever of this. I think I'm going to go ahead and attach my 6 directly on this piece of acetate. So I'm going to use a little bit of the extreme. I don't need a ton because I am going to staple this as well. There. And that just slides in there. If you're wondering where I got this acetate piece, it was like from a small Becky Higgins Project Life kit for the holidays, I think last year or the year before, I don't even know. So I'm gonna cut down this other photo. Probably a more precise way to cut down these photos, but I just don't want to mess with it. Okay, so on this back page, I have another journaling card with my typewritten stuff on there. It doesn't really bother me that these two are the same card and they're kind of close to each other in the album, because this one's going in that envelope, so it's fine. So this one goes in here, and this page is about snail mail, merry mail for the holidays. I love sending happy mail. It's one of my favorite like hobbies, I guess. So this page is just about that. And I have this cool star card. I thought it would be cool to put like the joy on here because it fits perfectly, you know? So I was thinking that because doing the snail mail brings me joy. So I was thinking that would be cool. And then I don't know where to put the 7. Maybe I'll just put the 7 on the photo for this day. That might be all right. Okay, so let's go ahead and add this. And this is partly why I love this adhesive, you guys, because it will work on any surfaces. So this is like an acrylic piece and it will hold its little joy on there so beautifully. I think right is the place it wants to live. Okay, so let's try to figure out where this 7 should go. So I could put the 7 up here, but I feel like it takes away from the joy there. I could put it like, I didn't really leave myself any room on this card, so I think it's just gonna have to go on here. Thinking either there would be nice because it brings your eye down. I feel like this kind of is a little too close. Could put it there, but I think I like it up here the best. So that's what we're gonna do. I could add something behind here maybe to kind of make this pop a little bit more. I think it'll be okay. I think it'll be all right without it. Maybe what I will do though is add like a little gold star. So I punched out a bunch of little gold stars with my little star punch. So maybe I can add, I don't know, because I feel like there's 2 gold things up here by the joy. I because then it makes like kind of a triangle of glitter, or gold I mean. Put it like up here, or I could put it in here. I feel like it's like slightly too big for right there though. Kind of like it right there. I think I'm gonna do it. I don't know. You guys will have to let me know in the comments if you think I made a good decision here or not. That adds just another little star detail. And that is a continuing theme I'm going with throughout this year's album. Stars. And then it does kind of connect the 3 gold pieces. So we're gonna do that and then put that in the album. And then day 8 is pretty much done. I just need to add on my 8. So all I did was I printed off a picture of the puzzle that we've been working on in December so far. I printed it off and I cut it into a big star, and then I matted the back with some pattern paper from Echo Park. And then I was like, well, how am I gonna add my journaling? So originally I was thinking I could just type up my journaling directly on the photo, but I was like, you know what? I have this vellum piece in the front, right? It would be nice to kind of echo that again in the album. So I did my journaling on this piece of vellum within the same star shape. So I thought that was kind of cool, right? And it adds like a different shaped page to the album, which I like. It echoes the vellum in the front, which I like. And it gave me a ton of room to write about the story behind the puzzle thing. So I think that's cool. I do have to add on my 8 though, so I'm gonna do that super fast. And that is just gonna go up here at the top, I think. I did make sure to leave room for my number on this one. So I like that the 8 is right there. I'm gonna staple it. Where do I want to staple it? Maybe I'll just staple it like right there. Are all of my staples vertical so far? Because if they are, I want to keep them that way. No, this one's not. Okay. Oh, there's the 7. And again, I think it's just like attention to detail that's kind of nice, you know? If you have a continuing little thing like that, I think it's nice. Day 9, this is the last page that we're doing today, is all about our Christmas tree. I don't know if you guys are the same, but actually I'm gonna like start cutting this down while I'm talking. Save a little bit of time. I don't know if you guys are the same, but I have ornaments on my tree that were my family's ornaments from when I was a small child. So I've had the same ornaments on my tree like pretty much my whole life. So I love that. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna adhere this first and then cut it. Because I seem to be having problems today with cutting things down correctly. Okay, so like I was saying, we have all the same ornaments, right? I mean, I have my brother's first Christmas ornaments on my tree right now, you know? Because my mom likes to tell me I'm kind of the memory keeper of the family, right? So I get all that stuff, which I freaking love because I love nostalgia. Like that's kind of a recurring theme of the stories that I'm telling this year too, is like things that have nostalgia for me. So my tree never changes. My tree looks pretty much the same today as it did, you know, 20 years ago or 30 years ago, you know? Probably 20 because my brother wasn't around. So my tree doesn't change. And I love that about my tree, right? But it would get kind of boring to document the same tree every single year. So I was thinking about it. I'm like, how can I make this work for me, right? Because I definitely want to talk about my tree because it's important to me. It's one of my favorite things about Christmas is putting up the tree. We have like a whole kind of thing that we do when we do the tree. So I definitely wanted to include it in my album, but at the same time I wanted to make it more interesting than just a tree picture, the same tree picture every year. So that's why I decided to do the story of an ornament. So I think because the ornaments have been with me for so long in my life, you know, they all have a special meaning to me. So I thought that would be kind of cool to just, yes, take some kind of picture of the tree, right? But also in the story of the tree, pick a specific ornament to tell the story of. So this year I chose this ornament and my boyfriend and I painted this in 2010, but this is actually our 10th Christmas together. So we didn't paint this our first year, obviously. So this is the ornament that I want to tell the story of. So I just typed it out and I wrote the story of our snowman ornament and why it's important to me and kind of the story behind it. In future years, I might ask the boys to pick their favorite ornament and tell their story about it. But I thought this one would be a good one for this year because, you know, 10 years was kind of a big deal. And I thought that'd be kind of a special way to commemorate that in this album. And the front of this page says, "Oh, Christmas tree." This is a digital element from Allie Edwards. I think it was part of her December Daily online class. I can't remember. But I just put it on here and turned it white. And then I got these socks from my friend Kelly and I love them. So these are like some of my favorite things. So I got my favorite tree with all my favorite ornaments, my favorite little socks on. It's so cute. And instead of just doing like a straight up and down like tree picture, like again, it would be the same picture every year. I wanted to kind of, I don't know, blur this out just a little bit and make it about kind of the story, the thought of the tree. So yeah, so I thought that'd be kind of cool, and I liked having my little feetsies in there just to say like this is where I am at this moment. You know, it's nighttime, I'm taking this picture of this tree, I'm about to tell the story of this really cool ornament, and yeah, so that's what that's about. So Elle Studio had this card from the Document December kit, and it's all about our Christmas tree. So it says bought from, real, artificial, date put up, date decorated by, date taken down. So I thought I'd fill this out real quick and then put it on this page to add a little bit of decoration, a little bit more detail just about our tree in particular. And then my number will go probably like right there. And I think it's kind of cute, right? So let me go ahead and pull this page out. So I'm going to use a Tombow mono drawing pen to write because it has a super fine tip and it's really black and I like that. First though, I'm going to add my staple directly to my number because I've already glued these two pages down and I don't want the staple to show through the back side. So I'm just going to add like a little fake staple and we will be good to go. All right. So I will be back once I've written all this out. All right, so I'm just about ready to start assembling this. I want to make sure this card is as straight as I can get it. Okay. So I'm going to use the guides of my mat to help me kind of get this a little bit more straight. I don't care if I'm super particular about it, but I would like it to at least be kind of straight. Use the Tombow adhesive again. Especially because I have the staple and there's a little bit of added extra depth there that could have it covering a little, but I kind of like it all on its own. I feel like I need one more thing, so maybe these like little tiny little wood veneer pieces. So my reasoning for thinking of doing something like this with the little wooden tree is that it adds texture, right? Adds a little bit of dimension, but it also brings in the wood tones that are kind of going throughout my album. So in my album, I have a lot of red and green and gold and then like little touches of wood. And by the time you get to this page, you haven't seen the wood in a little while. So I think that will be fun. All right, so that is pretty much all the pages done. I'm gonna do just a final little flip through here so you guys can see everything all done. For this little tag, I'm going to use some of this black and white striped ribbon from A Beautiful Mess because I think it's really cute. And I've had it in my stash for a really long time. And I'm just always like hesitant to use it because I love it so much. You know that thing where you want to hoard stuff and never use it because you just think it's so pretty. I do that. It's not good. Okay, so I'm going to one side through the hole and then staple it in place. I don't care that it's fraying a little bit, that doesn't bother me. Staple, and there we go. Super cute. So this will go on the back here, and then it's like a little key to who said what. So, and I love this stamping. I think it's so adorable. I can't even. Okay, the little star can go here, and then that kind of lets the person know who's pulling it out that there's something on the back. I think that's so cute. Okay. So this goes in here. I need to figure out a way to keep this closed. I'll do that between now and my next video. I'll figure out a solution and then come back and share that with you guys. Oh, this is so cute. Okay, so this is day 6. This is when we went to the concert. The pretty little overlay. This one is just really kind of simple and straightforward. So you can see not like much embellishing at all. Same here. This one's really simple. It's about Happy Mail. I added these two little things. It's really cute. I love day 8. I love that it's a long story. And I love the star page. I think it's really pretty. It does stick out a little bit beyond my pages, but I noticed that like when my whole album is closed, it doesn't stick out beyond the album. So I'll show you guys that here in just a second. And then this is day 9. I think this is a really cute little cluster. I love the big photo. And then I love our little story. So in the next installment of this whole series, I suppose, I'm going to be doing my holiday playlist, holiday movies, and then some other things that we haven't quite gotten to yet. So see, it sticks out past the pages, but it doesn't stick out past the album, which is nice. So yeah, so that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you missed any of the previous December daily videos, again, I will leave a link to the playlist down below so you can check them out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye.